into it. Mobility. Let's take a half mid wall sit, just enough to get yourself tucking the butt underneath and flattening the lower back. We're gonna take a cactus position. Oh my God, I'm so I know, look at me. Without me trying, I'm like 14 inches away from the wall. So you think about pressing your upper back, wrists, elbows, keeping that head neutral, tucking the chin down, and getting that lower back to be flat against the wall is a challenge all in itself. Now, take that position, keep on pressing outward toward the wall, and see how far you can extend your arms up while keeping the lower back flat. That is not easy. Now come all the way down, as far back as you can. As far down as you can, I'll say, without letting that lower back come off the wall. Next up, Grasshopper. High plank position. Wow. Try to bring one foot up, one leg up. Try to get it close to your hand. Drop the hips, lift the chest up. Feel that stretch. Alternate. I know when I stretch out that, or straighten that bottom leg, I really feel that stretch in my opposite inner thigh. So let's do 10 each or so. Spend 30, 45 seconds, just taking our time. Once you get into that one position, you can move that hip around, try to open up the hips, get the inner thigh. All right, guys, your warm-up, your box drill today is L1, R2. L1, R2. L3, R4. It's just a forward hop, and then L4, R3, right? And then back to your first position, which is L2, R1. And then flip the opposite way. Okay, so fast motion, boom, 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 boom. Now I did the reverse, right? So I'm gonna suggest whatever side you do the first time to flip it around the opposite way. So from here, boom, either I spin to my right, square my hips up, here, and then reverse it left. Does it make sense? So you're doing both directions. I'm also going to suggest don't be so quick to try to turn before you plant your feet. I was seeing this morning because they were already trying to like plan for that turn. Each position is its own position. Here, here, square, here, square, here, square. Make sense? Cool. And next up, plank. You guys know the deal. What am I looking for in a plank? Squeeze your butt. Perfect. What else?
Core tight.
Core tight, right? That means drawing your navel in and tucking that butt underneath and making sure your upper back is active. That's it. If you're squeezing every one of those muscles, you should be shaking after like 20, 30 seconds, okay? And then last up, your super clamshell, which is basically a side plank position here. Keep your elbow in line with your hip, so you have to push your hips forward a little bit. Knee stays down, hip pops up, and you're opening up that hip as wide as possible, trying to get that outer glute fired up. Okay, 15 to 20 reps. Let's just do 20 each side. 20 each side on the super clams, and we're doing 4 rounds. So here's how today's work period is going down. Whistle drill. Coach's choice. Make you work harder. It's a fun one though, but a little bit different than yesterday. Today's a hop over to a ground to overhead. I have this ball here. I'm going to show you a couple different options, what you want to use. But plate hop over is here, right? So basically a lateral jump. Okay? Now, when you hear the whistle, if you're doing it just without the ball, you hear the whistle, drop, catch. You're not catching anything. You're picking up that plate and then right back to it. down, and back to it. Now you're gonna have to grab, the plate is, I mean obviously it's 25 pounds and it's gonna be a grip thing. So this morning I said, what if we just did, you can do plate hop overs holding a medicine ball, right? Down, and then right back to it. Down, and then right back to it. Okay, so a medicine ball you can obviously you can use here, or even if you wanted to grab a dumbbell, if it was heavy, if you wanted something heavier than that. That's your call. But when I say down, or earlier I was working on my clap, so I made the clap sound just to get you guys to think differently and listen to something different. But that's how we're doing it. 20 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, times at least 3. All right, guys, finish your time. 3 exercises, 1 for strength, 1 for hypertrophy, and 1 for conditioning. It's gonna be 17, 18-minute, as many rounds as possible. Take your time with it. You're probably gonna get at least 4 to 5 rounds in within that 17 minutes. Is the importance of taking your rest after each set. So if you're doing a round, say for instance your first exercise would be your strength exercise, you're gonna wanna take a moderate rest. I don't know what's moderate, 45 seconds maybe to a minute before you head into your second exercise, which is your hypertrophy exercise. And then you're gonna wanna take a light rest, light meaning a little rest, before you head into your third exercise, which is your cardio exercise. And then you wanna take a heavy, for lack of a better word, a heavy rest or a longer rest before you head back into your strength exercise. So you're giving yourself full recovery so you can go into that strength exercise feeling 90 to 100% to give max effort on the exercise. Does that make sense? Cool. That being said, it is transition week, so take that in consideration as well. And you're looking to do like a 6 to 7 out of 10 RPE, rate of perceived exertion, right? So, questions so far? Cool, you got that. Take your rest. You guys are here, we're gonna do pull-ups. At home, you wanna do some kind of row. We can do a plank row or renegade row. Okay, keep the hands under the shoulders, squeeze the glutes, tuck that butt underneath. Driving in one hand into the ground and pulling that opposite elbow towards your waist. Trying to keep your back flat, trying not to rotate your hips. That's where the stability comes in. That's where your core comes in, okay? The wider you make that stance, the easier it's gonna be because you have a bigger base of support. The closer in you go, that's hard. The more you have to work. So just auto-regulate that, okay? And overhead press, I'll give you guys a few options. You can do dumbbells with a neutral grip, means your knuckles are facing each other, straight up. You can do a wide grip or a wide press, which is your knuckles are facing away from you, your palms are facing away. Or you can do an Arnold press, which is palms facing you, pressing up, and then rotating outward. Whichever variation you do, if you're looking from the side, you want to keep everything stacked. So ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, elbow, wrist, all the way up. I'm probably not perfect because I'm a little tight and I can feel my stretch, but you're ideally trying to look and get those weights directly above all of your joints for the best support, best foundation. Okay, you guys here, if you want to do a military press with the barbell, that's also an option for you guys. And that third exercise is jump rope, or if you don't have a jump rope, jumping jacks, plank jacks, burpees. For that, I would do maybe 10 or 75 jumping jacks. Something to get your heart rate up for that cardio component.